IGA Meals and Minutes with Courtney Wise.
Whether it's a king cake or a muffaletta sandwich, the flavors of New Orleans are well known and loved. And Courtney and Tammy are celebrating Mardi Gras with a signature New Orleans dish today.
Hey, well, whether it's a Mardi Gras month or week or day, you can have this awesome jambalaya recipe really at any time of year.
Yeah.
So we're going to make that on the show today. This is Tammy Owens, and she is the author of EZBreezy Cooking. It's kind of her signature saying. She says everything's easy breezy. I love it. And you know, Laura did just say something about a Mardi Gras king cake, and guess what? She has it in her book. So you can get this on, what is it, EZBreezyCooking.com. It has a lot of really cool recipes. And if someone, you know, out there didn't know who you were, although she's definitely a familiar face around these parts, what's different about you than some other people that cook in the kitchen?
What I like to do, I like to take recipes and, like the book says, make it easy breezy. I get rid of hard to find ingredients. I get rid of all the special equipment that a lot of them need. Pretty much if you got a skillet and a pot and a pan and a stove and a can opener, you're good.
You can do it.
You can cook.
Well, and I love it that in the beginning of the book, she talks about her mom. And so many times I have said that you make memories around food. You really do.
Definitely.
And so you really did that with your mom. Your mom's a cook, your daughter's a cook, you're a cook.
My grandmother, yeah, we spent a lot of time in the kitchen and either eating or cooking or both.
Yeah, well, who doesn't like to eat? So let's get started. Okay, this is jambalaya. Now, I will say the first thing that we did is browned up the sausage. What kind of sausage
I
is
use
that?
kielbasa.
Okay.
And,
Just takes a few minutes to brown that up, right?
Oh, yeah. And then you just want to put it on a plate with a paper towel just so it can drain some of the grease off of it. And then in here you want to add your onions and your green peppers.
And you keep this, it's not like you have to like re-clean the pan or anything.
No,
because
you
that's
want all that
flavor.
in there because that's what gives a lot of the flavors.
Okay.
And then also to this, you're going to add...
So this is just a bunch of chopped onion and
green pepper.
Give it a little kick.
Yeah, and then you want to add some garlic.
Can't do anything without garlic
No,
in my house.
can't cook without garlic.
Even in our biscuits sometimes. Is that weird?
And then you're going to do 1 bay leaf.
Okay.
And some salt and some dried thyme.
It looks pretty already in the pan, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's very colorful. Then you got oregano.
Is this a family favorite? Do you like to make jambalaya a lot?
Oh yeah, we have it throughout the whole year.
Yeah, it's kind of a comfort food, right?
And with
Especially
this, you can make it as spicy or as mild as you want it. You know, I just add a little bit of cayenne. Sometimes I'll even add a dash of hot sauce to it, just to kind of spicy it up. Depends on who I'm gonna have eating.
Right. Well, let's talk about your cookbook. You know, well, first of all, these kind of have to soften just a little bit, right?
You just want
a
these
few
to cook
minutes.
about 5 minutes till the onions kind of soften up a little bit.
So do we have a few minutes to chat, or should we go to the next step? We have a few minutes?
We have a few minutes.
Okay. Well, do you know anyone that has a cookbook? I don't, so now I do. What's that like, trying to compile all these recipes into your cookbook?
It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
love to cook. I've been collecting recipes probably since I was 13. I've got cookbook after cookbook.
Yeah?
And so finally I decided, well, it's time to get them all in one book.
Yeah, and you did, and now, you know, it's successful and you can get it online. Congratulations, you know,
Thank you.
That's definitely something successful that you did, so I love that. Tomatoes and chicken broth, does that go in next? You want me to do it or you want to do it?
It doesn't matter. You can go ahead and throw it in
tomatoes
there.
first, is that okay?
Either way.
And these are just regular tomatoes, like
Just
they're not
diced,
the spicy kind, or?
Nope, just plain tomatoes. You want to add the juice and all.
Could you do spicy if you wanted
You
to?
You could.
Okay.
That's the beauty of this. You can make it as spicy as you want,
Yeah,
or
spicier
as
the better
mild
for
as
me.
you want.
And Tammy says if you change 2 or more ingredients in a recipe, you can call it your own. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So I thought I would interject that I made some biscotti this weekend, and I changed 2 ingredients, and so I can call it Courtney's biscotti. That's on IGAmeals.com. It's peanut butter and chocolate biscotti. Do you drink coffee in the morning?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Big coffee drinkers at my house.
And there's nothing wrong with a cookie every now and then in
Oh,
the morning,
no.
right?
Well, if you tell yourself no too much, you don't. You
That's
know.
right. Then you really deprive yourself.
And then once you get that in there, you also want to add
This smells so
your
good, by the
sausage
way.
back in here.
Okay.
And then to this, you're going to add 2 cups of just plain minute rice.
Okay. And this recipe is on Facebook, and so is EZBreezy Cooking. So you can friend her while you're at it, print out that recipe, and maybe make it tonight for dinner.
It's very easy breezy, and like I said, you can make it as spicy or as mild as your palate will take.
So how long do you have to how long does this rice take? When it is
Usually
minute
I'll
rice?
I'll bring this up to a slow boil, let it cook for about 30 minutes and with the lid on. Once it starts doing that and you've done your 30 minutes, take the lid off, turn the heat down, just let it cook until it thickens up the consistency you want it.
I can't wait to taste it. We're gonna do that when we come back and kind of let this simmer. We'll be right back. Doesn't that jambalaya look good? Well, real quick before we get to it and taste it, because we always do that, I want to say congratulations to Cheney's Dairy Barn. I know that you're friends with them too.
Definitely.
The Cheneys are such great people. They've been on the show for the last couple of weeks, and their milk is just flying off the shelves, literally. So congratulations to them. It's been a lifelong dream. I just wanted to make an announcement that on Friday and Saturday of this week, the milk will be hitting the stores again. I mean, I know that they're just wanting to restock as fast as they can because people are wanting to buy that milk. I
Yeah,
love
you can't hardly find it.
Yeah, so it's very good stuff. Okay, so you said let this simmer, let the rice kind of not be crunchy anymore.
Right.
Would you mind serving me up just a little bit, and then
Sure.
we're gonna taste it? I was just thumbing through your cookbook, and I love it that you have spaces where you can write, you know, substitute this, or this is what I did. I'm gonna just, maybe we can get a little. And this is
yeah.
the king cake, by the way. So I think that was a really good idea, good marketing
Well,
idea
one of
for
my
you.
big things when I look at cookbooks is number one, it's got to have pictures. If it don't have pictures, I put it back down.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's supposed to
Yeah.
look like. But I always add my own personal touches.
Yes.
And you know, I've just figured everybody else wants to change something or add something. Or
And then in the back you have, where'd it go?
the substitutions.
Yeah, where you can substitute. And I think, you know, any cook runs out of stuff and you don't realize it. You don't write it on your shopping list, and then you're like, oh no, what can I do? So in the back of your book, what is it?
You know, a lot of people don't keep buttermilk in the refrigerator. It's just not a staple
so
for
good.
a lot of people. But yet you go to fix something, the first thing it's going to do is call for a cup of buttermilk. And so instead of having to go to the store and buy buttermilk that you're going to use 1 cup of and pour the rest down the drain, I just let you know back here you can add 1 tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice to a measuring cup.
Like make your
Fill it
own.
up with regular milk. Let it set for a couple minutes, you got buttermilk.
Well, and this is perfect because I know personally when I'm sitting there baking or something like that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I just Google it real fast on
Yeah.
the internet. But it would be nice to have a book, you know, right there that I'm already cooking out of. And then your
Exactly.
substitutions are right there. So if you have a chance and you're, you know, sitting there at work, you just check this out, EZBreezy Cooking.
It's easy.
Yes, E-Z, like E and then Z. So here you go. Here's another close-up of it. Again, I just want to remind you to go to IGAmeals.com. New recipe this week, peanut butter and chocolate biscotti. Great for having a friend over and drinking coffee. Well, Tammy, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today.
It's been a pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you so much. And this jambalaya is great. This recipe is going to be on the Meals and Minutes Facebook page. So make sure that you get on there, friend us, friend her if you haven't already done this, and print out the recipe. You all have a great week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Go to WBKO.com/midday for IGA Crossroads locations.